Hello there, my beautiful Libra friends. How are you? Welcome back to Sacred Knowledge Tarot. I am so happy and thankful to each and every one of you for being here with me today. So thank you, everyone. And those of you that are brand new to my channel, hello and welcome, my friends. My name is Ria and I do these readings every week. Now, Libra, this is your mid-July reading, and what I'm going to do for you today is open your reading with an animal spirit card. Then I'm going to pull 3 cards out of my tarot deck to see what message spirit has for you, followed by a bonus card from the Elke Oracle deck. Now, this is a Spirit Warrior deck. And then I'm going to pull 3 personal messages for you today. So this is where I ask you to pause the video, take a deep breath, connect to spirit, and then come back to receive these messages. Then I'm going to close off with an angel number. So those of you that are watching today, if you've been seeing signs through animals or insects, any kind of repeating numbers or angel numbers, this is all going to give you your confirmation and guidance today. So stay tuned for all of this, my beautiful friends. All right, Libra, let's call in spirit and open up your reading. See what it is that spirit would like you to hear today. So we are getting Komodo dragon. Have any of you seen one? If you have, this is your confirmation. If you haven't, you're seeing one now on your screen. So the message here is forge ahead with patience and calculated precision. You are destined to win. So once again, forge ahead with patience and calculated precision. You are destined to win. So remember that. All right, so let's pull some tarot cards and see what else is coming through. I'm getting somebody with amber eyes. Amber eyes are coming through here. That's a confirmation, by the way. So if you've got amber eyes or you've seen someone's glowy amber eyes, that's coming in as a confirmation that spirit is seeing you. We have the Ace of Swords. This is a direct connection to source, to spirit, to your higher self. And what's happening is there's an alignment that is taking place where you're going to feel the presence of your higher self in your life, perhaps through someone's eyes. 5 of Cups. So this is a patch of energy that sometimes doesn't feel good. And for you, Libra, I feel this is an energy of disappointment, sadness, perhaps feelings that you've kept to yourself that you've never expressed. It's not that your life is not good. I feel that your life is really good. There's things that are happening that you're holding on to here. It feels like there's a lens that is on of scarcity, of it's a lower vibration of sadness here. So this is what spirit wants you to release. Now, I want you to use your own intuition with my readings as well. So whenever you see my cards popping up on screen, I want you to try and interpret them using your own intuition. Not only will this strengthen your intuition, but you will also receive your own messages. So the 5 of Cups and the King of Pentacles. I love this energy. It's very masculine. It's grounded. It's very earthy. And it affects your material world, your physical reality. So this is where spirit is showing you the power that you have. Perhaps this situation is where you're meant to tap into that strength. That's why you might be going through this. This is where spirit is maybe testing you to see how strong you are. And they want you to take that challenge on and not kind of sit there. It feels like a mopey energy. It's just a moping around and not wanting, doesn't care, like why bother? That kind of energy is what I'm picking up with this 5 of Cups for some of you. And there's an opportunity right now for you to really rise in your life, Libra. This is what spirit is saying with the King of Pentacles. All right, so before I begin, I just wanted to mention that we all live a different life experience. These cards are going to present themselves differently in each of our lives. This is also a general reading for you today. So those of you that are watching, if my reading isn't resonating for you, please leave it behind, but also check out your moon, rising, and Venus signs. All right, so what is happening here? Let's talk about the 5 of Cups, Libra. What is this in your life? What is creating this energy? I feel this is obviously internal. This is what I'm getting here. Spirit is saying it's obviously internal, Ria. It's something that has been sitting there for a little while here, Libra, and it's experiences that you have gone through with people and just things, and maybe they haven't worked out. And maybe you had high expectations or expectations of someone which they didn't meet. Perhaps you were disappointed by somebody. It's a cloak that you're wearing. It's just all of these different things, and you're carrying these. And they're diluting the happiness that actually exists in your life. This is what spirit is saying here. It's diluting things. So it's now time to take that weighted cloak off and allow yourself to be free. And I feel that if you do this, you may feel vulnerable, right? And it's not about vulnerability here, is what Spirit is saying. They want you to be open, and you don't have to. There's other ways that we can strengthen ourselves rather than feeling like we're like, I understand what Spirit is saying here. I feel like there's this argument. There's this, it's going back and forth. I don't know if this is happening for you internally here, Libra, but there's this conversation I'm seeing going back and forth, just like I was having here with Spirit, which I just caught right now, that perhaps you're going through this back and forth conversation with Spirit, your own spirit. And there's like doubts and not, the belief is gone here as well. So there's a lot of different things that are going on here in this card. This is something that's temporary, but it can feel like it's been there for a long time, especially if you're holding on to this. It's like you've gone along and picked up everything and carrying it around rather than releasing it, right? So these are emotions that haven't been dealt with, that have created this thought, this belief that is now showing up in your reality. It's an affirmation. So I'm hearing someone telling someone about their bad day. It was so bad, oh my gosh. And then, you know, another person calls, and then you're retelling that story. And the energy that you're putting into retelling that story, Libra, it's just making that even stronger. So now you're getting really good at manifesting this story, this vibration, this energy that you're putting out there. So Spirit really wants you to recognize, if you're going through this, not everyone's going through this energy, if you're feeling this, to become aware of, oh my gosh, perhaps it's this illusion, this lens that I'm wearing. And maybe I have to shift my own mindset to see what's actually there, which is abundance, which is love, right? Which is growth. There's so much there waiting for you to embrace it, to claim it, right? So this is where you do shift your mindset. Those of you that haven't grabbed my 14-day mindset challenge ebook, it's in the description box below, the link. This is where I share practices and tools for you to really stay in that positive, abundant mindset. Everything I use in my own life, right? So let's look at these emotions and see what this is. Let's write it down, express it in some way. So I sometimes find that people that have sadness or things that they aren't able to express verbally, to communicate it to people, we can actually channel this into something productive, into something creative perhaps, into music, into poetry, into painting, into singing, whatever this is. There's something else that you're meant to channel through this. And this is where that connection is taking place for you, Libra. So whatever these things are that are blocking you from seeing the actual truth or reality, I feel it's now time for you to recognize them, because I feel these cups aren't this high. They're actually covering your view. So you're not able to see things. It's like you're looking through a glass cup and everything looks kind of warped, not right. It doesn't feel good. You're uncomfortable, right? And it's almost like you have accepted this place of uncomfort and it's almost become comfortable. It's just really interesting. And I've actually been in a situation like this in my life, so I know what that feels like. And it's really hard to get out. I found it to be hard to get out of, but I got out of it. And this awakening, this knowing, this idea, this like poof, something just shows up in your mind, this feeling that is attached to this thought, all of a sudden opens your world up. And I'm feeling like a flood of energy coming in here. Some of you have already felt this, so you can share your experience of this. It's where you're coming out of this, the recognition. This is where you realize, oh my gosh, this is the Five of Cups energy. Like, this is what I'm feeling here. So I've got to release this. Let's connect to Spirit, is what they're saying here. And this is going to happen through going inward. And sometimes when I used to hear people tell me that, like, you got to go inward, you got to do this thing, create inner peace. Okay, yeah, so how do I do that? And for me, I use music, meditative music for me, whatever my choice of music is, that uplifts my energy. That's one form, one practice I use. Another is through grounding. Creating that inner peace is breathing. So anytime I feel like my emotions are getting all riled up, this is where I calm myself. I take deep breaths, count to 90, and then think things clearly. It seems to calm me down, so you'll have to try that for yourself, but find ways to calm your energy down, because when we calm ourselves down, this is where that connection takes place. And when this connection takes place, you're able to see things a little bit more clearly. You receive the guidance that comes through a solution to a problem, through some sort of an idea. Like like you just know all of a sudden, you're like, you know what, I'm going to try this, or I'm going to do this, or I saw this thing and I followed that. Synchronicity, signs, everything becomes aware, but you're seeing everything. It's like you tapped into it, you pushed a button and you're seeing a different reality, right? So this is what's happening here for some of you. And I feel there's a spontaneous quick shift where for a split second you see all of that and it opens you up, and away you go, you move forward. So there's something coming in that is meant for you to take action on. And you're going to feel really good about whatever this is that's coming in, whatever this information is that Spirit is sending you through awareness. Even like there's a major connection happening here with this card. It's basically creating a new beginning for you, because this feeling, you've never felt it before, this clarity through a simple practice just opens you up. And this is where you start to really connect and flow with the energy. And you know, sometimes we feel this once and then we're like, oh my gosh, in the moment. And then the next day we forget that this happened. You know, some of us experience it like that. And when we do, we have to go back in and practice and apply this, because it's almost like starting a lawnmower. You're just like pulling on the string, you're pulling, it's not starting, and you're doing over and over, and all of a sudden it starts. I feel this is you turning that engine on in your mind, this connection. So this is how the Ace of Swords is coming in for some of you. There is an expansion happening here consciously. This is also mentally on your mental landscape. So I'm finding that some of you are looking into information, wanting to dig deeper into something, but also receiving information, or the way that you're able to understand things is leveling up here. It's like something was unlocked is what I'm getting here. And it's all your life's history. You've been through so much, you know so much. Libra, right? So it's all coming out. It's like this fountain. It's like an energy that is flooding in you, but also pouring out of you. And it's not an instant thing. It happens slowly, but you feel it. So some of you are going through this energy where this could be you reading books, taking in information and then applying it. So when that flow comes in and then out of you, when it's coming out of you is when you're applying that knowledge. This is where everything is, that's when manifestations, everything is activated, is through the action you take. It's like, okay, what does this body do in response to this energy coming in, into this idea, or this, it's like a prayer being answered, a wish coming true for you, but as a seed, and it has to work through its process to get out. So it's profound, Libra. It's just, I feel this is the energy where miracles happen, like actual miracles. And I'm hearing news where someone's telling someone something and everyone's jumping up for joy. There's this information or message coming across and everyone is so happy. Some I'm seeing are relieved to hear something. Others I'm seeing are just jumping up and down. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's that kind of energy that's coming in. And your words, the way you express yourself, is another aspect coming in through this card here. So the way that you express yourself, the way that you communicate, very powerful energy here. So I feel this is also shifting in you. So maybe you are taking courses on how to speak, body language even, confidence, whatever this is, it's starting to show up, and it's this slow formation of this new version of you, Libra. And look at this ultimate power here. This is an opportunity, and this is what your Spirit is trying to show you, as this person on this throne is showing you that they have this coin. This was the opportunity. So it's there at the forefront. Like, this is what this is all about. This beginning point of this journey, because this is a beginning for some of you. There's a new chapter, a portal that has opened up, that you're walking through this new energy, right? That's the opportunity. And it's in a place of success. It already has the energy of abundance, prosperity. It's grounded. And it's there already. It exists for you. This is your timeline. This is where you're headed, Libra. So Spirit is saying, okay, let's get into alignment with this. We have all these energies available for us. Maybe there's things that you're going through, dealing with, situations, hardships, challenges that are testing us, that are building us, developing us to become this version. This is what I feel is happening with energetically in our world, is we're just being trained to become this person. Our purpose, it's our purpose. Some of us fight it and resist it as much as we can, and some of us just flow with it. And it has to do with the way that we were brought up. It has to do with our history, you know, the city, the country, our parents, our, you know, the circumstances of our environment or anything. It just has to do with our life, how we approach this, how we develop it, how we unfold into that version of ourselves. And some of us are slower than others, and that's okay, because that's a part of the journey, right? And others are much quicker. And those of us that are quicker are meant to be in this place where we teach others the way, where we share, where we wake people up, but where we're not trying to convince anyone. There's no need to convince anyone of anything. It's just an example, you being the example. They're saying now, they're taking me to business here, you are the brand, okay? Your name, it's you, you're the one that is everything, is what Spirit is saying here with this card. So very powerful energy. You are not here to compete with anyone, Libra. You are here to rule your reality. So go do just that, is what Spirit is saying here. Don't worry about anyone or anything. Don't worry about whatever it is that you're worrying about. I'm just seeing a lot of different things that are wanting to grab your brain, your mind, your thoughts. Like they're very sticky energies that are wanting to stick. And this is the Five of Cups. It's a sticky energy that you're wrapped around, or what the energy is wrapped around you. You're not wrapped around it, or maybe you are, I don't know, right? So it's time for you to release whatever this is, become aware of it, and work on getting rid of it. Sometimes we can't get rid of it at all. Sometimes, or even we get rid of it a little bit, but there's this, you know, if you're not able to get rid of it, work with it. Again, channeling it into something productive or creative, right? Because oh my gosh, imagine you have some sadness from your life story, and then you start to share that life story through music, and you find yourself at the top here as one of the biggest music artists because of that pain, because of that hurt. But because you didn't hold on to it, you channeled it and expressed it and got it outside of yourself, this is where you ended up. You just never know, right? There's paths for every single one of us. But if we allow ourselves to be open and let Spirit guide us, it's taking us to something that we would never even imagine. Like for myself, I worked in the same field for over 25 years, and I never imagined that I would be on YouTube doing tarot readings, bringing these messages, channeling Spirit. I was always spiritual. I was always connected. I knew that. But doing this wasn't even in my mind until a month before I started doing this. So I feel that anything is possible here for you, and Spirit is wanting you to believe in the power that you harness, the power that you have to create whatever it is that you desire, and becoming aware of some of the things that might be holding you back and reconnecting with what actually matters, what's actually true, right? For you, right? Everybody has their own truths. What's true for you is what Spirit is asking here. So what I'm going to do now is pull a bonus card from the Elki Oracle deck. I'm going to read you the interpretation from the guidebook. So we are getting for you here, the Spirit Warrior energy, Libra, is I don't know how to say this. Audaz. She who resists, fearless, justified, and resistance. So look at that. Let's pull the interpretation from the guidebook. So Audaz, I think that's how you say it. So Audaz, she who resists, grips a bloody knife in her hand. She looks back to see who follows. Her determination is echoed in the golden bee exploring the rose in her hair. She will continue to do what she must do. She holds no love for violence, but neither will she allow fear to rule her. When the call comes to fight for her rights, she will always answer. Her fierce resistance comes from a lifetime of being told what she cannot do. Now, this is the Five of Cups energy, everyone. Audaz embraces her own voice, her own power, her own infinite right to be herself. Audaz's message is to fight for yourself, Libra. Resist those who change who you are. Stand against injustice in your world. It is best to choose the path of nonviolence, yet at times you may have to use justified anger as impetus to move yourself forward. This moment calls for you to draw on your own inner strength. Examine how you may be allowing things to happen simply by refusing to resist. This is not a time to allow others to walk all over you. All right, so what a powerful message here for some of you today. So I'm going to now pull 3 personal messages. This is where I ask you to pause the video, take a deep breath, connect to spirit, and then come back to receive these messages. So your first message here, Libra, is obsession. Look at this. How many of you are dealing with the energy of obsession? The message here is no amount of obsessing is going to make a situation better. Find a way to let go. So once again, no amount of obsessing is going to make a situation better. Find a way to let go. Your third message here is all is flowing. Everything is always flowing. So Spirit wants you to flow with that energy as well. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. If you don't feel good in your current circumstances, it's only to show you contrast, which will allow you to move towards what does feel good. So once again, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. If you don't feel good in your current circumstance, it's only to show you contrast, which will allow you to move towards what does feel good. Okay, so look at that. I feel that's also another powerful message here. Embrace your alone time. So once again, embrace your alone time. Learn to love your own company instead of expecting someone else to make you happy. So once again, learn to love your own company instead of expecting someone else to make you happy. All right, so some of you might be seeing a lot of circle lights. That's coming in, waterfalls, even as a sign here. So I'm going to now pull an angel number for you. Some of you are seeing angel numbers, repeating numbers in your life. This is going to give you your confirmation and guidance today. So we are getting here having faith. Spirit is wanting you to have faith. If you're seeing the numbers 0000 in this sequence, anywhere in your life, phone number, home address, license plate, wherever, this is your confirmation. Trust the process, okay? Everything is happening for a reason. Trust the process here. Things are going to come full circle. There's this feeling of oneness, this wholeness. Dive into that, tap into that energy as you're feeling it, Libra. There's this bonding and merging to spirit here. There's this alignment that is happening to your higher self and a different timeline. Okay, so this is your reading today. I hope it resonates for you. If it does, please comment below, hit that like button. And if you're brand new to my channel and you're enjoying my content, please consider subscribing. Other than that, I wanted to wish you all a beautiful day and thank you so much for watching.